In today's story, we're once again talking about Moses. And you might recall a few things about this guy. He was drawn out of the water, talked to God through a burning bush, helped the Israelites escape Egypt, and split the Red Sea. And now they're stuck in a desert. You see, God loved the Israelites and their leader Moses, and he promised to bring them to a land where they could build their homes and live happy lives. But they've been on this journey for years, and it's a hot desert. And they gathered food when they could, but somewhere along the way, the food ran a little short. So people got hungry, and they started complaining. I'm so hungry!
I wish we could go back to Egypt. At least we had something to eat there.
The Israelites didn't know that God had heard them complaining. And that night, something strange happened. Little birds called quail appeared everywhere.
Hey, we're not quails, we're flamingos.
Okay, so those weren't quail. Quail look a little something like this. But you get the picture. God had sent these little birds so that the people could eat meat and wouldn't go hungry. And in the following morning, the Israelites woke up to glistening dew all across the ground. And even when the sun had dried up this water, something was left behind. It looked like little tiny seeds, but tasted like bread. It was manna rained down from heaven. Manna. The people ate and ate. God sent the Israelites quail and manna every day to have on their journey. So the Israelites kept on going towards the land that God had promised them. But remember, this is a really hot desert. And that hot sun dried up all the water. So even though they had plenty to eat, the people were getting a little thirsty. So the complaining didn't stop there.
My mouth feels dry like the desert! I'll die of thirst out here! It feels like I'm swallowing sandpaper!
And though they complained, God helped the Israelites one more time. This time he instructed Moses to strike a rock with his staff. The same staff that Moses used to part the Red Sea, except for this time, when he struck the rock, it gushed with water. So the Israelites had plenty to drink, and they weren't thirsty anymore. And so they had plenty of food and water on their long journey, but this was a long journey. They were wandering through the desert for 40 years. Can you imagine wandering through a desert for 40 years? Gosh. And this is just about the time where these people arrived to the promised land that God told them they would inherit at the start of their journey. But not before one more trial, and that is another story. And I can't wait to tell you that one.